Hello students, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. Today we are going to discuss about the recent demand that has been raised by the Hattis community for a status of scheduled tribe to gain the reservation benefits at the central as well as state government. So in this particular video we are going to discuss about that who are the Hatti community, where do they reside, and what are the grounds on the basis of which they are claiming a status of scheduled tribe. So before moving into this particular topic, let us try to understand the context in which we are discussing this topic. So recently the Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh, Sri Jayanagara, have announced that in his meeting with the Union Home Minister Amit Shah, the Home Minister has assured him that Centre would consider favourably the state government's request for inclusion of Hatti in the list of scheduled tribes in the state. The state government would also, he has announced, will complete all the formalities that is required for getting the status, tribal status actually, for 3 lakh strong community, Hatti community that reside in the state of Uttarakhand. Coming as it does in the run-up to the assembly elections in the state later this year, this move is considered by many experts as politically significant, especially for the Bharatiya Janata Party. Earlier this month, actually, the Hatti community have threatened that if their demand for inclusion into the scheduled tribe is not met, they will be forced to boycott the polls and it will have problem for the ruling BJP party. Now, before moving into the validity of demand, let us try to understand that who are the Hatti community. So, Hatti community, first of all, the name itself has derived from the Hindi word Haat. Haat refers to a small market which is generally arranged at the village level, and the Hatti community derived their name because they have this long-standing tradition of selling homegrown vegetables, crops, meat and wool and certain other products in the local village Haat, and that is why they are called as Hatti. They are also identified distinctly by a white special kind of headgear that they wear during the ceremonies like marriage ceremonies or any kind of religious ceremonies as well as tribal ceremonies as well. If you look at the residing place of Hattis, they reside in a region that is called as Transgiri area of Uttarakhand. Transgiri is the region that refers to the Giri is actually the name of the river. So the area that is located away from the Giri river, across the Giri river, that is called as Transgiri area. And there is one other place called as Jaunsar Bawar, that is also in Uttarakhand, where they resides. So if you look at this particular map here, you can see this is the Hatti area where we have important places like Sillai, Sangrah, Sirnaur, Renuka. And here we have 2 rivers, the Tons river and the Giri river. Both of these rivers are tributary of river Yamuna. So Hattis actually reside in the part of Himachal Pradesh as well as the part of Uttarakhand. If you look at the social system of Hattis, so obviously since they are a very traditional kind of society, and that is the reason why they have very rigid kind of caste system. The whole Hatti community is basically divided into 3 castes, Bhatt and Khas, who are considered to be the upper caste, while Badhois are considered as the lower caste. And the inter-caste marriage is strictly prohibited between these 3 castes. Due to their topographical location, the geographical areas in which they reside, that is the mountains and hills, they lag behind far in education and employment. Now, if you look at the matters, social matters, cultural matters, so there is a panchayat, they have their own caste panchayat that is called as Khumbli, which is very similar to Khap panchayat, and Khumbli exercises a very unwielding influence on the day-to-day life of the Hatti community. So this is about the social life. Now obviously the question comes that when and how the demand for reservation has been risen. So the first demand for reservation was risen by Hatti community in year 1967 when the tribal status was accorded to the people that are living in the Jaunsar Bawar area of Uttarakhand. However, the same community who are living in Himachal Pradesh, they did not get any kind of reservation benefit as they were not accorded any kind of tribal status. Apart from that, they have also since then continuously have passed resolutions of the various Mahakumblis. As discussed before, Khumblis is their caste panchayat, so it is kind of Mahapanchayat that covers a pan Hatti communities. Whenever that kind of panchayat has been held, resolution has been passed in support of the inclusion of the community into scheduled tribe list. Other logic or rationale given behind their demand for reservation is that it is not logical that the same group of people, same community of people living in Uttarakhand has been given tribal status, while the same people who are living in the Himachal Pradesh having very similar cultural and socio-economic conditions has been derived from the reservation benefit of scheduled tribe. Not only that, the other driving factor is also that the Josar Bawar region, where the Uttarakhand Hattis have got their reservation benefits, they have produced a sizable number of civil servants. And this actually drives the Hatti community of Himachal also, so that if they get a status of scheduled tribe, they can also get the posting, or get, we can say, pass or clear the prestigious civil service examination and can get into the civil services. So obviously the question comes that why BJP is now agreeing or is more inclined to give the Hattis a scheduled tribe status. So it goes as back as 2009, when BJP released its political manifesto, election manifesto. At that time they have declared that if they come into power, they will be willing to give scheduled tribe status to the Hatti community. Apart from that, BJP is also have got a lot of benefits from the support they have received till now from the Hatti community. For example, in last parliamentary elections that of Simla, which was earlier believed to be a stronghold of Congress party, BJP was able to defeat the Congress candidate. And thus, since now the elections are coming back, it is believed that if BJP favors Hattis and give them tribal status, the significant role can be played by this community with their sizable population in at least 9 seats that is spread across 2 districts of Simla and Sirmaur. So the BJP will have political advantage, as well as Hatti will get their scheduled tribe status similar to their brethren on the Uttarakhand region. Now, if you look at the overall progress of the case, so first significant step forward was made in year 2016, when the then Congress Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh, late Veerbhadra Singh, supported the cause of Hattis to be included in the scheduled tribe list. This support was given after he received a recommendation of the inclusion of the Hatti community by the Tribal Affairs Institute of Simla. However, when the matter was referred to the Union Minister of Tribal Affairs, Union Ministry categorically stated that they have not find, or they do not have adequate ethnographic report on the basis of which they can take decision regarding the inclusion of Hattis in scheduled tribe list or not. And it is on this particular ground that Jairam Thakur government, the current incumbent government, sent a detailed ethnographic proposal to the Union Ministry, and then they sought the inclusion of Hatti community of the Transgiri area into the scheduled tribe list of Himachal Pradesh. So now, since all the formalities, the documents have been submitted, the Union Home Minister has shown his inclination that very soon the Hattis can actually got the scheduled tribe status. So that is all for today about the Hatti communities. I hope you understood about these issues. Thank you very much.